morning, and I welcome you to this 100% going to be interesting session on use and abuse of social media. Can we go back? What happened? On use and abuse of social media in the modern era. So that's just an example of a picture which I was in a scenic place. I took a picture and I posted it. That is fine. But there are people who will go to any extent to stand out on social media and do all sorts of abuse. So there is use and abuse. Just I was talking to Dr. Manish Nagpal that he received an post from Pakistan about Aishwarya Rai's, which had a video of Aishwarya Rai's entry into the inauguration yesterday with music from from an old film put together. Everything done within half an hour of Aishwarya having moved in. Videos already viral in Pakistan. So this is the huge reach of social media that we have, and many of us are old school ophthalmologists who feel that I do a good work, I see patients, I see 5 patients or I see 10 patients. Those patients will go out and tell the world what a good doctor Dr. Maskati is, and those people will spread the word by word of mouth. If they're in a party, they will go and say, I went to Dr. Maskati and he examined me, gave me perfect glasses, or he did a perfect cataract surgery. And then that ripple effect will happen, and I'll be loaded with millions of patients tomorrow. That was true at some point in my father's time. It was true that patients would get us patients, and everyone was very sukhi and very happy with that thing. But now no longer true. There are people who have moved into your city. They don't belong to your city. Somebody is an IT engineer from Kolkata and he has come to Mumbai to work in an IT firm. He's never been to Mumbai and he gets a foreign body in his eye. He doesn't know Dr. Maskati. There is no time for word of mouth to go to him that Dr. Maskati is the best doctor in Mumbai. I mean, it may not be strictly true, but so how does he find me? So he will ring up, he will either look at the internet, surf the internet, do a Google search, he will do some, call up one of the agencies like Just Dial or something, find out doctors near me. Even on Google Maps you can find doctor near me, and then find you, and then he will see whether you have a website, is there, what kind of a doctor is this guy, and so on. So there are ways and ways in which they find you, and the traditional methods are taking a back seat. So I think we as doctors need to be on top of social media. At least we must know what are the possibilities. All of us cannot be on everything. I am on some of these things. Some of these things I'm only there because I've just put my name there. I'm not active, but I'm there. And some of them I'm just discovering. I didn't know something called Pinterest was there till my daughter told me about this. So we need to learn from our children. We need to learn from contemporaries. And we need to pick and choose. Not everyone can be on every social media, nor do we need to be on every social media. But we must know about it because we can enhance our practice, and without knowing it, we can have our practice demolished if somebody gives you a bad review somewhere. We didn't know, nobody gave us reviews if they didn't like our clinic or they didn't like the cataract surgery, they would tell 5 people. But it was restricted those 5. Now he puts a Google review somewhere and 100 people, 1,000 people read it and say this is an evil doctor, terrible doctor. Usne mere paise paisa loot liya. That fellow can write anything there. So unless we ourselves have been to that site, we will not know what kind of a thing has happened, and there are ways to correct that as well on Google reviews. And also we need to be a little more conscious of the reach of social media. So this is why this course, if we are already using one or more social media tools, are we doing it in the correct way? Are we harnessing the full potential of the media to enhance our visibility, that too ethically? I'm not talking about unethical marketing. If so far I am 65 years of age and I have not started using any social media, is it too late or can we start now? Should we be everywhere on everything, every social media that there is? And can we ethically market ourselves as professionals using the power of the media? So these are some of the things that we will discuss today. So this is what this course will cover. I will talk about WhatsApp. Manish will talk about YouTube, posting new surgeries or showing off. Can you get that? Yeah. Gaurav Luthra will talk about LinkedIn. Harshul Tak on Facebook, Facebook Live, how we can use it to build practice. Dr. Arun Sethi will talk about use of newsletters, emails, because he is in a charitable setup. Tushar Grover will talk about Twitter, blogs, and Instagram and other social media. And Santosh Honavar will come in to talk about Practo, Google Posts, search engine optimization. They just call it SEO. There are professionals who just said, can we do an SEO for you? And are they worth all the expense? So this is basically what we will have. So let's start the course right away. Next presentation. QURESH MASKATI 2. Yeah. So many of us are prisoners of WhatsApp, what I would say. You get up in the morning and the first thing you do is you check all your WhatsApps which are there. And then if you're one of those good morning type of people, then you pick up a flower and you send it to everyone. If you're good morning with a mushy message, then you say good morning, life is beautiful if you are think right or things like that. And you get 20 such messages, and then you get morally obliged. If 20 people have sent you, at least those 20 must get a different one. So you copy paste from one fellow and send it to the other fellow. So that occupies approximately your entire toilet time and a little beyond this. But here we're talking about WhatsApp to enhance practice. So I'll give you examples from people who do this. There's a doctor I know in Thane who has maintained a sort of digital diary, and she greets patients on their birthdays, wedding anniversaries, and on religious festivals. So she has actually segregated it, which is very easy on your laptop or whatever. She doesn't have too much of a practice. So this can be done with somebody who's got a low to middle practice. If you've got thousands of patients, you can't do this. But she greets them on their birthday. She keeps and sends a message from her side on WhatsApp on these. And she's also divided them into communities. So if it's a Muslim patient, she will send an Eid greeting. And if it's a Hindu patient, she will send a Diwali greeting and so on. Then you can reply to patient queries to some extent. WhatsApp can never replace consultation, and it should not, because patients have the habit of asking you everything on the WhatsApp and never coming to you. So you need to titrate your old patients who normally regularly come and they have a query. Yes, you can answer. You'll get strangers coming and messaging you saying, doctor, how much do you've never heard of the guy, how much do you charge for multifocal toric Zeiss IOL? And I get this query on a WhatsApp. How he got my phone number, I don't even this. And then I tell them I don't entertain questions about price. My consultation fee is so much, my address is so and so. Take an appointment and come. So you need to, you can use it, but don't give too much information on WhatsApp which can somehow be used against you later on, because he will say you said 1 lakh for the trifocal and you want to charge 1.5. When he actually comes to you, he'll show you the WhatsApp. So ऐसा नहीं बोलने का, don't give prices on WhatsApp. Then one way it helps is joining professional groups. Now, Bombay Ophthalmologists Association has got 7 WhatsApp groups because we are large. But most cities and things will have, some state will have. If you are a specialty cornea or retina, you can join that WhatsApp group or a Telegram group. Somehow Telegram has not taken off, though it is much larger than WhatsApp. And you can contribute interesting cases or surgeries and learn from others' contributions. And during COVID time, we did benefit, we did have paid teleconsultations as well. So I would say that if you want to consult, I'm not seeing patients, but you can consult on video. First do a Google Pay. So they would do a Google Pay and then I would consult on video to the extent possible. There is certain etiquette associated with WhatsApp. Avoid foul language even in your groups. That is there. Stick to English as far as possible in professional groups with members across the country, because there are some international members and things like that. So stick to English as far as possible. If you're in a professional group, avoid any forward. unless it's relevant and authentic. Yes, you got something from AAO, which is a warning or something like that, then you forward it to your WhatsApp group. But otherwise, India's national anthem has been voted the best by UNESCO. Those sort of forwards, please avoid in groups, because it wastes people's time, it turns them off, and tomorrow they will not open any forward from you. And avoid comments on politics, politician, religion, and religious leaders on any group, anywhere, whatever it is, because there will always be somebody of a different opinion. Avoid good mornings or clever, mushy forwards. If you wish to greet someone, greet them personally on his individual cell phone. Again, this is something which we do. Avoid liking a surgery. Manish Nagpal puts a surgery of a giant retinal tear that he has done, and 120 people will put thumbs ups. That thumbs up is of no meaning. Why should I go through 120 thumbs ups over there, and then I will miss Manish's video? So avoid that. Send him a personal thumbs up if you want, and that is his problem to receive 120 thumbs up on his personal phone, but not in the group. And always scroll up a little. It takes very little effort to scroll up to see that you're not repeating a news item which somebody has sent. It's very irritating. You get a WHO warning somebody has sent, and then 5 messages later somebody else will send that same thing because he has not scrolled up to see that thing. And if you have sent something in error, you have 1 hour in which to delete for everyone. So there is a delete for everyone which you should use. So beware the university of WhatsApp, avoiding sending news without verifying its authenticity. Some eye surgeons have been killed prematurely on WhatsApp. Dilip Kumar used to get killed on WhatsApp in Bombay. At least 20 times he had been killed before he actually died. But I have seen eye surgeons also being killed on WhatsApp. And if you find unverified stories in non-medical groups, please gently rebut it with facts. Don't be aggressive because people think that you're trying to promote yourself, but gently with facts you can rebut nonsense which comes about it's okay to slap doctors or something. And don't run down any other pathies, homeopathy, acupuncture. If somebody puts it in a non-medical group, just leave it dignified silence. But don't run it down because they think you're trying to promote our pathy, and it tends to backfire. Thank you so much.